With the name Olde Florida, the architectural style of the clubhouse, I get very excited when I see that type of clubhouse sitting in the woods. People are going to drive up through this woods and see this building open up that is like Olde Florida. You know what the definition of a committee is, Drew? You would probably need to know this.
This is going to be good.
The unwilling, appointed by the unfit to do the unnecessary. That's what I think of committees. It was a really good group of people coming in, a lot of Midwest people coming in. And Mike came in one day, said, Lynn, I'm here, I'm going to play, I got 3 of my buddies, we're going to play 36 holes a day. And we're gonna play cards at night, and I'm behind the counter, and I swear to gosh, I can't say it on this, but I said, Coach, I said, I'm really sorry, but I said, the club just put a rule into effect that guests can't play till after 12:30, and I got a tournament on one of these other days. He looks right at me and says, well, what the hell good does it do to be a member? So I said, Mike, I know. I said, how would you like to belong to a club that sounds like straight up golf course, okay, not a housing development? Okay.
In April of 1988, 100 years after the famous Apple Tree Gang had played their first rounds of golf, a man with a somewhat similar dream, Lynn Josephson, met with 18 others and created the nucleus of this new club with a 19-member board of directors to bring to life the dream of golf made in heaven.
That's why I started the club, is I said, what about all these people that live on Gulf Shore Boulevard, Port Royal, Park Shore? Where do those people who buy a condo on the beach join a golf course? You couldn't do it. I always wanted to do what other people weren't doing. I don't want to build a golf course and compete against other homes and golf courses.
Yep.
I mean, how could you not want to join this place when there is no other choices?
So you get the ball rolling, you're doing it, you choose to leave Windermere. You leave Windermere when?
I resigned in June of '89.
How did that work for you as dad raising a family?
During a 36-month period, I had 12 months of unemployment through a reorganization, startup, blah, blah, blah. Hardest thing, which maybe you know, is that you go home and you tell your wife that I just walked away from that job and don't have anything else going on the other thing. That's so. But I think it's harder. It was harder on her and harder on them, because we know the future. We know what we're capable of doing.
Or a vision, right? You have a vision and a plan, and you have faith that you're going to be able to bring it to life.
It's not easy having 2 young children and stuff, but things work out the way they're supposed to.
For those fortunate few who are invited to join and accept, this is what Olde Florida Golf Club will be for you. The history, the dreams, and the tradition from America's founding fathers of golf is what we seek to preserve. We believe that the desire and conviction of our founding members is representative of what our Olde Florida Golf Club is about. As part of the 2nd century of golf, we as participants, we will keep the game and true club spirit alive into the next century.
So what year did the club open?
93, fall of 93.
And when did the clubhouse open?
2 years later, 5 or 6.
I still remember you standing with an N5, giving the speech to that big old champagne bottle.
Yeah. It's nice to be able to start something from nothing, and it doesn't happen with one individual. You're never successful by yourself. It takes an awful lot of people. And I think that was the fun part of it, and all of these guys said, Drew, they said, look, I'm not building this to make money. If we make a little bit, that's fine. If we lose a little bit, that's fine. But he said, what's important is that we are going to build something that's going to be around for a long time, and we get to use it, see it, touch it, and invite our friends while we're on this side of the turf. End of story. So, that's what made it really good. So But you had a few guys in the group that maybe didn't quite think along that line, and so, but they went away, as they should.
Every great story has, you know,
Oh, yeah.
has the challenges. So
Yeah, but
it sounds like you created what you set out to do.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Mr. Harden said this to me one time. He says, Lynn, he says, you know, I'm not a well-liked man at Augusta. I said, Mr. Harden, you're the president of the club. How can you not be well-liked? He said, well, you know, the buck stops with me and at my desk, and you got members saying, well, we should do this, and we should do that, and we should do this. And he told a story one time, this one, only because I heard it from his mouth, and there's all kinds of stories about Augusta, but this one I heard from his mouth. He says, one member came in one day and said, you know, we should have a little bridge, you know, going across one of the little creeks or something. Mr. Harden didn't really say much, you know, the guy walked out. They build the bridge, turn around, send the bill to that guy. Said it was a great idea. Thank you for recommending that.
That takes some stones, man.
So, that's great. That's great. So, the only good committee is a committee of one. And so, but he says, my job here at Augusta is to make sure that the rules that Bobby Jones and Cliff Roberts set this club out to be, he said, firm, fair, and consistent, and not to go off in these beaten paths. And every private club, they have a new committee, they have a new president, they change these boards. The reason that we're successful is Clyde Quimby was our first president, Tom Cook's been our second and only president, and it's just been like this. And so, you know, when I say get happy or get out, it's said tongue in cheek, but I say it.
Get happy or get out, and that's a wrap. I think we're good.
And now, once again, as men with special dreams seek to enter the second century of American golf, a unique opportunity has presented itself. And just as their predecessors did 100 years ago, a visionary group of individuals has stepped forth to fulfill a dream, to found, design, and build a club dedicated to golf, its history, and the love of the game, preserved in a place like no other, the Olde Florida Golf Club.